going on, guys? Welcome back to another video of Tyler and Dylan. I'm Tyler.
And I'm Dylan.
And we are back with a new video today. We are going to be doing an NFL mock draft. We hope you guys enjoy this. I know it's been a while since we created our last video. We'll try to be more consistent. We also have a couple of friends joining us today to make some picks with us. If you guys want to introduce yourselves.
What's up? I'm Robert.
What's up? I'm Brian.
Also, let everyone know what your favorite NFL teams are before we start.
Buffalo Bills, baby. Bills Mafia.
Let's go New York
Giants. Go Big Blue, baby.
Big Bill's also a Giants fan.
Go Big Blue.
Obviously.
Gets a block. Takes off, and he is gone. Trying to stay upright, and he trips.
And obviously, everyone knows I'm a Dolphin fan. So we're going to get right to this mock draft. Let's see how we do. We spread the picks apart. We're all given picks, and we're just going to go in order. So I start out first. I had the Jacksonville Jaguars. So right here, I believe Trevor Lawrence will be the pick right here. This is probably the easiest pick of the draft. I don't think anyone will disagree with this.
I think this is like an automatic pick, so this might be like the easiest pick.
So we're going to start off with the draft taking Trevor Lawrence with the Jaguars. Next goes to Dylan with the Jets.
Wow. You know what? We're going to pick Justin Fields.
Justin Fields?
Yeah.
What does everyone think about this pick?
I think you're wrong. I think it's going to be Zach Wilson.
Yeah, I agree.
I also think it's going to be Zach Wilson.
I think it's going to be Zach Wilson.
I think it's Justin Fields, but that's your opinion, but okay.
Now that since me, Bert, and Brian all agree on Zach Wilson being the pick, we're going to have Zach Wilson take the spot right here. So that's how it's going to work this draft. So Zach Wilson's going to the Jets. Up next, the 49ers at 3. We got Bert with this pick.
All right, this is going to be one of the hardest predictions. They're definitely picking QB, but it's hard to know which one. I'm going to go with Jones because I've heard more reports that the 49ers like Jones rather than Fields. So I'm going to go Jones, even though personally I might take Fields over Jones, but I think they'll pick Jones.
I disagree with Mac Jones. I have heard reports with that too, but I don't believe Mac Jones is a good quarterback. I don't think he should be taken in the first round. I would go with Trey Lance as the pick right here. That's my prediction is going to be.
I mean, I agree with Bert. I think out of the 3 quarterbacks left, I think Justin Fields is the better one, but I've heard that the 49ers love Mac Jones, and I think they're going to take Mac Jones. Even though Tyler, I do agree with you. I do think Mac Jones is overrated, but I think the 49ers are going to take him at 3.
Like Justin Fields, he was actually like accurate in his pro day, and I can see him like winning on a big team, so Justin Fields would be my pick for the 49ers.
If Mac Jones goes top 3, I would be speechless. Two of you guys have Mac Jones. But honestly, I wouldn't be pissed just because we have their pick the next 2 years, and I know he'll be trash. So I'm fine with having a high pick the next 2 years. So since 2 of you guys said Mac Jones, we're going to go Mac Jones right here. Ooh. Number 4, Falcons. Brian, what you got?
There's been a little controversy about the Falcons wanting to trade down potentially to a team that is more quarterback needing and can use that to their advantage. The Falcons' defense has been one of the worst parts of their team, but I still think they're going to look to give Matt Ryan more weapons along with Julio Jones and Calvin Ridley, and I think they're going to take one of the most explosive players in this draft, Kyle Pitts, the tight end from Florida, 4th overall. A lot of reports that they like him, and I just think it would be a great fit with that offense for Matt Ryan. And I still think he has a few good years left in him.
I disagree because they already have weapons they need. Also, they have the tight end Hurts. I don't think they need another tight end. I think Parsons is going to be at the Falcons because their defense was one of the weakest ones, and I think Parsons would be the pick right here.
So at this pick right here, I honestly think it's either going to be a quarterback or Penei Sewell at this pick right here. I don't think it's going to be Pitts just because, as Dylan said, they already have Hayden Hurst. Plus, they don't run 12-man personnel that much, so they wouldn't have enough to put 2 tight ends on the field. So with that said, I feel like they're going to take a quarterback to be Matt Ryan's successor, and I think they're going to go with the Georgia man, Justin Fields. But since both of you guys have Pitts go in there, we'll go with Kyle Pitts at 4 to the Falcons. I got the Bengals pick now, and with the pick right here, I don't think they're going to go so well right here. I highly doubt they already have 2 tackles that I feel like they're comfortable with. I know they got Jonah Williams as left tackle. He's 23 years old. Why would they want to move off him or even move him to right tackle when he's already used to left tackle? So I'm going to go Jamar Chase with this pick right here. I feel like they're going to want to put Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase back together, want to bring that chemistry back together onto the NFL field. So going Chase.
All right, I
do you
disagree pretty strongly with this. I think they're going Penny Sewell from Oregon because they had the 30th ranked
Nice
offensive
one.
line last year. And we all saw that Burrow injury, so they're really going to want to ramp up that offensive line and protect him.
I get the Chase pick, especially because they lost A.J. Green, but I think it's especially coming off that Burrow injury that and when he was playing, he looked like a franchise quarterback and a very good one. And I think you have to protect him. And I think Penei Sewell, as one of the most hyped up offensive linemen in a long time, supposedly a generational talent, I think he needs to be there to protect Burrow's blind side.
What do
I
you say?
strongly disagree with the Jamar Chase pick. They have already receivers that they can catch with, so I don't understand that. Panay Sewell is going to help Joe Burrow because of his ACL, and he'll come back like strong. And if they take another receiver, they're going to look like a Dallas Cowboys 5'11".
We'll go Sewell right here since that's what you guys think is going to be. Dylan, unfortunately, you have the Dolphins pick, so please get me someone good.
And it's going to be Devontae Smith.
I also agree with Devontae Smith. What about you guys?
I was thinking more Chase, but Devontae's not a bad pick.
I was thinking Chase too, just because I think he can be a better fit in the Dolphins system. Devontae Smith was the Heisman winner. So, I mean, he's a dog too. I think the Dolphins at 6 to get one of these wide receivers is already a win. But
Yeah.
I just think Chase could be better I think he has a brighter future in Miami.
All right, so we're going to go with Devontae Smith right here.
That is not true.
That was Dylan's original pick, and it's a tie. Bert, who you got the lines
Me.
taking?
All right, so for the Lions and Panthers, I'm kind of like really unsure about which way they're going to go with their picks. But my prediction is, I think that the Dolphins are going to take Chase, so I would get Smith. But since Smith's already been taken, I think they're going to go with Jamar Chase, wide receiver. They just lost Kenny Galladay. And if they want to contend at all, I don't really know what they're planning on doing with Goff, but I'd go with Chase.
They won't be able to contend with Goff.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
They're going to go with Chase for this pick because they lost 2 receivers, which was Marvin Jones and Kenny Galladay. So if I was Jared Goff, I would be scared with no weapons on my team. So I would go with Chase.
So Chase, consensus pick. Up next, we got the Carolina Panthers. Reynolds, what you got?
Carolina just made a trade that may have shocked some going after Sam Darnold. If they want to try to protect him since he's still young and will have better weapons, which he didn't have at all with the Jets, I think they got to beef up that O-line after going all defense last year. I think they need to go offense and take Rashawn Slater, the offensive tackle from Northwestern.
I'm fine with the pick. Personally, I thought they were going to go Parsons, but Slater's not a bad choice.
So we all got Slater going to the Carolina Panthers, protecting Sam Darnold. All right. Up next are the Denver Broncos. I don't know if they're going to keep Drew Lock. Did they pick up a backup QB? Does anyone know?
No. They were going after Fitzpatrick, but he declined them for
Okay, so yeah, all they have is Drew Lock right now. I think if one of these quarterbacks dropped him, I doubt they pass him. I personally like Trey Lance better. So I'll say the Broncos go Trey Lance at this pick.
I'm gonna disagree. I would go cornerback Patrick Surtain in this one.
I disagree
What's the
with
corners?
Dylan's pick. I think it's going to be Trey Lance. I mean, I personally think Justin Fields is better than Trey Lance, but I think Trey Lance is a better fit for that Denver offense with the mobility. John always liked guys that are somewhat mobile. So I think even though Justin Fields is mobile, Trey Lance is more mobile, and I think he would just be a better fit for that Broncos offense.
Personally, I would probably give the slight edge to Fields, but I think they're definitely going to be taking a quarterback if one of those two is on the board. So Trey Lance is not a bad choice.
So Trey Lance wins that one. So now we got the Cowboys up. So that is Dylan's pick.
I would take Parsons. The one thing he has is character issues, but I think that's a easy fix, and he's going to be picking like top 5 or top 10. So Parsons is going to be my pick right here.
I disagree. I think that the character issues of what he did with the hazing of Penn State teammates, he's going to drop down outside the top 10 most likely. And but excluding that, the Cowboys, just from watching them as a Giant fan, playing them twice a year, their secondary is just god awful, like picked apart. And I think you need to start with taking Patrick Surtain II, the best corner available.
Yeah, I
Right.
definitely agree with Tyler and Brian. I think they really need help with all their defensive positions, but especially cornerback. So I think they'll get Patrick Surtain, but I think it's more for me. I personally think that Parsons is going to go earlier than this. So Parsons will be on the board when they select. So
Yeah, Parsons is a question mark. I honestly don't really know when he's going to be picked. I think they'll also go corner here, but I don't think they'll go Surtain. I don't think he's the best corner in this draft from what I see. I like J.C. Horn better. I think he's the best corner in the draft. So that's who I would pick if I were the Cowboys. You guys said Surtain, right? So that'd be the pick. Okay. Up next, we got the Giants. That goes to Burt.
all right, so I was originally they definitely need an offensive lineman. Their offense was 31st, I'm pretty sure, ranked last
they lost
year.
their guard too.
So I would definitely go with Christian Darrisaw if Slater's off the board. Originally, I thought Slater would be their pick, but since Brian already chose him, then I guess you got to go with Darrisaw.
I think they'll go offensive interior alignment.
I think it's either going to be Micah Parsons, get a pass rusher that they need that the Giants haven't had since they won a Super Bowl, or they trade down to take a guy like Darrisaw or Vera Tucker. But since we're not going to do trading down, I'm just going to have them take Micah Parsons and get an edge guy that can get after the quarterback along with Leonard Williams.
I'm going to go with Michael Parsons because I'm a Giants fan, and I know we should pick him here.
Okay, so since the two Giants fans chose Parsons, they're going to get Parsons. Next, the Philadelphia Eagles goes to Ramos.
I think for this player to still be available for this team is going to be great for them. I have the Eagles taking Jalen Waddle. Even though a guy like Fields is still available and some in the Eagles organization is apparently split about can Hurts be the guy. I think the only way to test that theory is if you get him some help at the wide receiver position. Their wide receivers are just awful, getting hurt. They were putting in guys I've never even heard of. They lost people due to COVID too, like Marquise Goodwin, who they signed, opted out. I think you got to get Hurts a playmaker, and I think that's Jalen Waddle.
I personally agree. I definitely agree with you, Brian, on that.
I also agree with the Waddle pick. So Waddle going to the Eagles. So for the Los Angeles Chargers, they do need defensive tackle help, and Christian Darrisaw is staring them right in the face right here. I'm going to say the Chargers take Darrisaw right here. So Darrisaw going to the Chargers.
We're going to take Jeremiah. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. So I think they're going to pick him because I think they already have enough offensive players, first of all. And second of all, their defense was struggling from last year. So I think they're going to pick Jeremiah. And maybe people think it's in reach, but I think he will be really good.
Well, I do think they're going to go defense right here, the Vikings, but I don't think they're going to take the linebacker. I feel like they're going to go J.C. Horn because I don't think they have any corners. I think they lost Xavier Rhodes, one or 2 years ago? So they still need to find a replacement for him. So I'm going to say they take J.C. Horn at the pick.
I agree. With you, Tyler, I agree. J.C. Horn.
Personally, for me, I thought they're going to go after an edge guy, which is why I was thinking Kwity Paye. Horn's not a bad pick either. Their defense was atrocious last year. They probably would have been a playoff team. The defense wasn't so bad, so Horn's not a bad selection either.
So Horn coming off the board. Next, we got the Patriots, and that is Burt.
This one is kind of hard because do I really think the Patriots are going to choose a QB? I don't know. And I don't really know if Justin Fields drops this far in the draft, but
can't do trades.
I'm the Patriots, and I had the chance to get Fields. I'd probably take him, so I guess I'm going to go with Fields.
I'll also go Fields. I don't think Cam Newton's the answer there.
Yeah, Fields is the right answer.
Okay, Fields. Easy pick right here for the Patriots. Next, we got Ramos with the Cardinals.
I don't know where Arizona's going to go here because with the players available, but I think they're going to get Elijah Vera Tucker. I mean, I don't know if he'll still be available at 16, but they can use another offensive line to help protect Kyler Murray and also just give more time for Murray to get the ball out to guys like A.J. Green, Fitzgerald, and DeAndre Hopkins.
I agree with
both of you guys. Yeah.
Vera Tucker. You're welcome, Arizona. Now we got the Raiders. Okay, so I got the Raiders. I think they go linebacker right here. I think a linebacker would be the best choice. And with, where is he? Jeremiah still on the board. I think they take Jeremiah. I think he's the best linebacker still available. Yeah, he's the best linebacker available. So I'm going to take Jeremiah with the Raiders pick. They need to beef up that defense.
Oh, I agree with that pick.
I'm fine with Jeremiah.
I think they're going to take Jeremiah.
Okay, so
I doubt
Jeremiah
that.
going to the Raiders. All right, Dylan. You're lucky. You got the Dolphins twice. Who we taking?
Actually, I'm not pretty lucky. I'm going to pick Najee Harris right here. He's a pretty good running back, I gotta say. But he's 23 years old, so that's like question mark I would save for this guy, and that's it.
I think it's either going to be an edge or running back right here. I'm going to say, though, that they go Jalen Phillips.
Yeah, I kind of agree with Tyler here. I don't think they're going to do waste both, or not really waste, but pick an offensive player twice in the first round. I think they're going to go one offensive and one defensive, and so probably at that point you take the best available, and I'd say it's probably Phillips.
Yeah, I think they're going to take an edge guy. I just don't know which one. I think it could be Phillips. I think it could be the guy from Georgia. I'm not going to try to pronounce his name. I think it could even be Kwity Paye from Michigan.
All right.
Okay,
This
so
one's kinda
next.
tough. This one's kind of tough because there's a lot of edges available, but Washington really doesn't need an edge. They already have a great defensive line. I originally thought, like, my personal predictions, they're going to get Jeremiah Uzuwu-Koramoah, but he's already gone. So judging by who's left, I might go with Jenkins, offensive tackle. I don't really know how much they need, like offensive linemen, but definitely have a bigger weakness in that than their edge rushers. So I guess I go with Jenkins.
I'm going to also say Jenkins. They definitely need an offensive tackle to protect. Who's their quarterback? Oh, yeah, Fitzpatrick.
Yeah.
I mean, offensive tackle is a need for them, but I think like with I think they're going to take Trevin Moehrig, the safety from TCU. Their D line is very good, like their front seven, like as we mentioned. But I just think that they can improve their secondary, and this guy's a hybrid safety where he could also play corner if the football team needs them to. And I just think it'd be a good fit for Ron Rivera's defense.
I don't know. I don't think that's a bad pick, but Washington was also second in pass defense last year. So I don't know if they're really going to target a safety in the first round.
Okay, so Tevin Jenkins will be the pick for the Redskins. Next up, Ramos.
All right, the 20th pick, I'm going to have the Chicago Bears taking Kadarius Toney, the wide receiver from Florida. It'll be a good slot guy to pair along with Allen Robinson, finally get some help. And they've loved this guy, and he's been high on the Bears' radar for a long time now. So I think they're going to take Kadarius Toney, the wide receiver from Florida.
I agree they go receiver, but I'm going to say they go Rashad Bateman right here. I think they want to pair. I know they definitely want to pair someone up with Allen Robinson at the receiving core. And I think Rashad Bateman's better than Toney. So I'll say Rashad Bateman.
I agree with Tyler. I think Rashad Bateman. I think he's a guy that's going to be an underrated player in this draft.
Personally, I think the Bears target their offensive line because their offensive line was trash last year. And having a guy like Andy Dalton, who's more like a Nick Foles type than a Mitch Trubisky, and I also still have Nick Foles. You really need to protect a quarterback like that who really isn't that mobile. So I would go with offensive line. My personal prediction would probably be Jenkins, but I know we just picked him. So if you're going to go offensive line, I'd probably go Cosme. But if you're going to go wide receiver, I'd give the slight edge to Rashad.
We got 3 Bateman, 1 Toney. So Bateman going to Chicago. Next to Colts. So I am up for the Colts. I know they have a pretty good defense, and I know they want to protect Carson Wentz as well. So I'm going to say they go with an offensive tackle here. The best tackle, I believe, is Samuel Cosme from Texas. So I'm going to say they take Cosme to protect Wentz and to give him more time to go to his receivers.
I agree with that pick. I think with Carson Wentz's injuries, and I think this offense could really improve.
Didn't Costanzo retire as well? Or something?
Yeah, he just retired.
Yeah. So offensive line isn't a bad pick.
I think they'll either go Kwity Paye or Caleb Farley.
My pick, so I'm going to go with Cosme as the pick. Next up, we got the Titans. Dylan, you got the Titans.
Well, this offense is not going to be the same as like Corey Davis was there. I'm not saying he was like a big part of the Titans, but he was a big part of like Derrick Henry getting like over 2,000 yards. I think the Titans' best benefits is Terrence Marshall, receiver.
I disagree. I think after just losing Adoree Jackson to the Giants in free agency, I think they're going to take Caleb Farley.
I'm going to say Farley as well.
I disagree.
Just
I think
'cause-
they go D-line. Their D-line was absolutely atrocious last year. They couldn't sack anyone. Signed Clowney, didn't get a single sack, and got hurt. Their defensive line was a mess. Big reason why they lost the Ravens. They couldn't pressure Lamar. So I would probably go with Kwity Paye if he's still on the board. I don't think he's on the board this late, but if he is, I'd take Paye.
Okay, so we're going to go Farley right here. Corner for the Titans. Up next, the Jets.
I was actually going to have Farley go to the Jets, but since he's gone and since the Jets really need a cornerback, as we all saw with that Derek Carr, Hail Mary, and all that garbage that played the Jets last year, I'd probably go with Newsome if Farley's off the board.
So I also think they'll go corner. Best one available, Newsome. So yeah, Newsome.
I think I agree.
I'm fine with it. I think they could also go for an edge or a wide receiver to give Zach Wilson some weapons.
I mean, they could go pretty much anywhere and improve their team at this point. So
Yeah.
Yes, I
there's
mean,
no bad pick.
We'll say Newsome will be the pick right here. Okay, the Pittsburgh Steelers.
for the Steelers, I think it has to be an offensive player, whether it's an offensive lineman like a center, because Marquise Pouncier retired, and they could go Landon Dickerson, the kid from Alabama. But I think they take a different Alabama player in Najee Harris. The Steelers' run game was awful last year, and I just think that with James Conner as a free agent still, and after the Steelers bringing him back, I think they'll look to replace him.
I agree. I think they take a running back here.
They definitely should. I mean, they really need one.
Yeah.
I agree with running back, but I disagree which running back they're going to pick. I think it's Travis.
I think this is okay. So yeah, Najee.
Yeah.
Najee right here. Jaguars back on the clock. I don't know too much about the Jaguars and their team. I think they're going to go defense. I'm going to say they pick Lawrence and then they go with a defense player, and Azeez Ujulari and Payne are just staring right at them. I highly doubt they pass one of those guys up. I'm going to say they take Paye right here as an edge guy.
Yeah, I mean, if Paye's still on the board when they're picking, I definitely go with Paye personally, because I feel like Paye and Ojulari are going to be gone by now. I'd go offensive lineman, but if they're still there, like, why would you not take one of those two?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Paye should have been higher in our predictions, but I agree with the pick of Paye being in the Jaguars.
Yeah, I think Kwity Paye.
Okay. Let's go Kwity Paye. The Cleveland Browns.
They would go with defense. I think like an edge. I think they're gonna take the top guy on the board. I
Azeez
can't see it. Yeah,
Ojulari.
because
I'll say they get Azeez Ojulari. I'm surprised Clowney didn't sign with the Browns yet. He probably doesn't want to. So they're just going to take Azeez at this point and just give up on Clowney.
yeah, I think that's a fine pick.
I agree.
Okay. So, yeah, Azeez going right here to the Browns. Hey, now we got the Ravens up.
Personally, I don't think Jason Owe is going to be here when they're selecting, but if he is and they really need an edge, I would go with Jason. Although, if he's gone, I would say they probably go receiver, and I'd take Tony at that point. But if Owe is still on the board, they're going to take Owe.
Also going to take it away.
I think they're going to take Tony. I mean, if he's still available, because I truly think he's going to go to the Bears, but I think they need to take Tony. You saw last year that Marquise Brown was their only reliable, and that's being generous reliable because he didn't even have a good year, but he's their only capable wide receiver, and I think you need to give Lamar another weapon.
I actually agree with Ramos. I think they could be a dynamic speedo, and I think what's going to help their team is speed. So they're going to pick there's Tony, and I think that's the right way to go.
So this was Bert's pick, so Away wins the tie. All right, Ramos, you got the Saints.
With the Saints, I mean, I plan Tony could be a good pick if he's somehow still available. But I think they're going to go another guy that the Saints have been high on, and I think they're going to take the linebacker, Zavon Collins from Tulsa.
I'm also going to say Zavon Collins, because I really like.
I'd go with Collins, especially because they just lost Alex Anzalone this year, so it makes sense to replace him with another linebacker.
Okay, so the Packers, they need someone to help out with Adams. So they're going to get someone opposite of Adams. I think they're going to go with the slot guy, though. Kadarius Toney. I think Kadarius Toney is going to be taken by the Packers right here because they do want to try to get another weapon for Rodgers, and this would be a great pick for him to get, especially in the slot.
100%
Yeah, I
agree.
wholeheartedly agree. If he's somehow still available, I think they're going Tony.
They should have picked a receiver last year for the Green Bay Packers, but they instead take Jordan Love and they took a running back, and then they re-signed Aaron Jones. So that didn't make any sense. They scrambled the egg and made it terrible. So I think they should go. They should have went defense last year, and they should pick defense this year. They should pick defense this year. So it's safety. Trevon, what is that?
Morig.
I think he'll be gone by then, by the time Packers.
So do
makes
I.
it on board.
Mm-hmm.
So do I.
Okay, so
make up for
Tony-
last year. We'll see if they actually do it though, because they have tendency to screw over Rodgers with the wide receiver position, but
Okay,
hopefully they'll get it right.
the Bills goes to Dylan.
Their running backs were struggling from last year. Josh Allen is a good quarterback. He's a franchise guy. I think they should go receiver right here and go Terrence Marshall if he's available or not. Tyler, is he available?
Yeah, he is.
All right. They should go Terrence Marshall, help Stephon Diggs, and then try to build that pretty good offense like Patrick Mahomes, and they could probably beat Patrick Mahomes future on.
Yeah.
The biggest problem was our defense, especially our secondary, even though we have White and Poyer and Micah Hyde. So if I'm the Bills and Trayvon Moehrig still on the board, I would take him, although I don't think he's going to be on the board. So I would 100% take Stokes if Moehrig's on the board. But since Moehrig's on the board, I would take Moehrig.
Yeah, I'll take Moehrig too, since he is the best defensive player still on the board.
I'm going to agree because he said so.
Okay, Moehrig going right here to the Bills. Next, Kansas City Chiefs. That's Bert's pick.
Okay, so this one's pretty easy. Offensive line. I'd probably go with Liam Eichenberg. I don't think you can really go wrong. I'd probably choose between him or Jalen Mayfield. I'm also pretty high on, but you definitely need to be taking an offensive line with this pick after what happened in the Super Bowl. So,
is Jalen Mayfield a right tackle? Anyone know? I think he might be.
I think he is.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think they have a right tackle already with Lucas Niang, so I'm going to take Liam Eichenberg as well.
Yeah, I think Eichenberg as well. Because that Super Bowl was awful, like Bert said, for Mahomes. And it got even worse by the Chiefs cutting their 2 all-pro tackles. So they got to replace them. I think Liam Eichenberg just makes a whole lot of sense for Kansas City.
And Dylan? You disagree?
I agree.
Okay. All right, so Liam Eichenberg. Last pick of the draft, Super Bowl champs.
The last pick in the draft for the first round, the Super Bowl champions, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I mean, I just don't know. They literally were the first team ever to bring back their whole team, offense and defense. So they're having all their starters back. I really don't know where they can go. I mean, the only position that maybe is look for a future long-term running back because they only brought Fournette back for a 1-year deal. And whatever. So I think they'd go Etienne, but I really just have no clue where the Bucs front office is thinking towards this draft. But I think the only position maybe is Etienne, or they go for a depth pick and just take a backup D lineman.
I don't think they go with Etienne. I think they're going to stand pat with the running backs. So personally, I'd probably go with Christian Barmore.
I mainly disagree with Ryan's pick. Sorry, Brian. They already have the 2 running backs of Jones and Fournette, so they're definitely not going to go running back at this first. So I think what they're missing is cornerbacks or safety. That's what I've been seeing in games of the Bucs, of their secondary, their linebackers and their edge and defensive tackles have been good. But I've been seeing the safeties and corners getting outbeat in games. So I would take a corner at this pick. And Tyler, it'll be best available if you just go right to the name. Cornerback.
Okay, so you're probably Stokes. All right, so now for my pick, what I think the Bucs are going to do. Their quarterback, Tom Brady's getting pretty old. He's 43, 44.
43.
43?
They're not picking
I think
a
they're
QB
gonna
in the-
take-
No, they're not.
Tom Brady's successor, and they're taking the almost Heisman Trophy winner, Kyle Trask. They're bringing him back, keeping him in Florida, baby. Let's go.
I mean, I don't agree. As much as the Florida bias in me wants to love Trask and love this pick, I don't agree. I think, Tyler, I think you're drinking the Kool-Aid here.
Just wait. Jordan
I
Love
think-
to the Packers.
I think you're drinking too much.
And
Kool-Aid because-
Rodgers is 36. I think we're
Wait,
gonna get Tom
that was
Brady.
a bad
Wait,
pick. They're not going to make the same mistake
they
as the
just won the
Packers.
Super Bowl.
Yeah, come on, Tyler.
Why would they pick
You know
a
that-
Tyler,
first
the whole
Super Bowl
league
to be
knows that
riding
was a
with Howie
terrible
here.
pick.
They retained their entire team. I think this is a perfect spot to get Kyle Trask.
All right.
All right.
Has everyone made their prediction?
I
Yeah.
think we all have someone different.
Yeah, I think we do.
Well,
So whose pick was it? Yeah, it was
It was
Rainbow.
mine.
So did you say?
At the end.
Okay.
Okay, so Etienne's going there. I don't think they'll go running back, but Ramos' pick. So we finished the mock draft. These are all the players. The first 5, next 5, this section. Let us know if you agree with these picks, if you disagree. Let us know if someone that wasn't picked in the first round, whoever you think should be taken in the first round. We're excited to see what happens.
If I was the Giants, I would trade my pick.
I would take Parsons. Guys, how many likes for us to return and react to the picks from the draft? What should be the like goal?
How many dislikes would you like?
I want to say 50 likes. You guys got a couple thousand subscribers, so I want to say 50.
All right, 50 likes for us to come back, make a part 2, and react to the selections that actually happened in the draft. Anything else you guys want to say about the draft?
Go Bills,
Or we
baby.
chill?
Go
Bills.
Giants.
Don't listen to
Bills
the
are
dumb
baby.
advice.
Go
Don't pick
Giants.
a wide receiver.
Giants trade their pick, please.
Can our subscribers find you guys anywhere else? Bert or Ramos?
Instagram, Brian.Ramos0219. And
Will be in the description. Or how about you?
You
Nothing
can find me
or
at UCSD out in California.
yeah, if you want to go visit him after seeing this video, go right ahead. Well, thank you guys for watching today's video. We're going to try to post more often, me and Dylan, but we don't know. But thank you guys for watching, and we'll be back next time. Peace.
Find me at Dylan Terabaki on TikTok.